going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I thought today we would do an unboxing. I went out and got this fish finder yesterday. I don't even know if you can see it. It is a Fisherman's Habit portable fish finder. Takes 4 AA batteries. So it's got a pouch and strap, floating transducer with 35-foot cable. Sonar angle 90 degrees. I have no idea what that means. Overall dimensions 4.5 inches long by 2 3/4 inches high and 3/4 inches thick. Operates on 4 AA batteries, sold separately. The reviews on it were kind of mixed. I got it at Harbor Freight. There's everything on the box. Distributed by Harbor Freight Tools. So let's dig into it and see what we've got. You guys know I do a lot of kayak fishing, and my current kayak, I don't really have a place for a battery on it, so I figured I'd grab one of these, see how it works. I'm going out on the lake tomorrow, and I'd like to be able to find some crappie. I guess it all depends on this fish finder. All right, here's the fish finder, or the box to the fish finder. Let's see what we got going on here. Open it up. Right on top is the fish finder, wrapped in a little foam piece. Got plastic on the screen. Looks like an old style cell phone. On the back it says, there you go. You can read what it says. Portable fish finder uses 4 AA batteries, sold separately. 100-foot range. Caution: to prevent injury, keep away from children. Position batteries in proper polarity. Do not install batteries of different types. Charge levels or capacities together. Read manual before setup and or use. Not waterproof. I've got to keep it out of the water. There's a place to write a serial number, but there's no serial number written on it. You see on the front, I'll have to look at the directions. There's a reset button. A place on the back of that to plug it in. Looks like a couple screw holes for mounting. The on-off button is on the bottom. I haven't bothered putting any batteries in it yet, and have no idea what these do. I've never used a fish finder. Oh, it's got a lanyard hole down here to be able to tie it to something. Looks like it comes with a lanyard in the box. So let me set this out of the way and pull this piece of plastic out. Alright, right on top comes with a lanyard. Well, what do you know? I guess I can wear this thing around my neck. Comes with a nice little canvas style storage bag with a drawstring. And the transducer and the float for the transducer. Here's the connect. I guess the screw holes to be able to plug this in and screw it in tight. Doesn't have any kind of gasket on there for waterproofing. That thing's heavy. It's got a rubber coating around the transducer, I guess to keep it from bumping into stuff, getting broken. And down in the bottom of the box is the directions. We'll get to those in a minute. Alright, there's everything that comes in the box all laid out. Transducer, bag, lanyard, fish finder, and directions. Pretty simple. Let's get some batteries in it, and I bought a big 18 pack of AA's because I figured they're not going to last very long, and I'll go through quite a bit of them on the water tomorrow. But let's get some batteries in it and see what it does. Alright, right off the bat on the back for the battery door, there's a little key right here. You just turn it with your fingernail. There's not really crazy about that part of it. There's no lip or anything to grab hold of with your fingernail to be able to open the door. There we go. Yep. If you turn it over and smack it on your hand, then the key will raise up. If you guys can see that. The key raises up. You can get hold of it. And then you pop the door open. Spot in there for 4 AA batteries. You guys know how to put batteries in. Alright, batteries installed. They're all in there correctly. Little battery door has to go in the bottom first. And you pop the key in there and line it up. Here comes everybody's favorite part. The peeling of the plastic off of the screen. Here's the power switch. Batteries are installed. I do not have the transducer plugged in yet. There's the screen. Alright, before we plug it in, or before we turn it on, let's plug the transducer in. It goes right there on the back. Got that little doodad right there with the thumb screws. Alright, got the transducer plugged in. That's all of it right there. Let's flip the power on, see what happens. There's the screen right there. I'll have to read what these settings mean. I have no clue. Alright, so we've got the menu button, the selection buttons, and the enter button. On the fish finder itself, on the screen, let's see if I can get up here and get it to focus. This will tell you how many feet you're at, your battery level. It auto detects the scene every 10 seconds. I've got it set to high sensitivity and for 3 to 10 feet of water. I mean, it all seems pretty simple. I'll update you tomorrow. It shows the rocks down here, and of course there's no fish in here. We'll see how it works tomorrow once we're out on the water, and I'll finish this unboxing video and review. I'll let y'all know what I think. Alright, we'll get out on the water with that fish finder in the morning and see how it does. I'll finish the review and everything tomorrow, and give you guys an honest opinion of what I think. My standard isn't very high. I've never ever used a fish finder, so if I catch fish because of it tomorrow, I'll probably like it. Alright, y'all, let's see how this fish finder does. Let me turn it on here. Here's the transducer down in the bottom of the boat. I'm just going to drop it over the side. Make sure it's untangled. I don't need it to go very far away from the kayak. So there's the transducer just floating in the water. It says there's more fish going by. A couple decent sized fish. Let me get out there and see if I can find something. So here's the screen. It says I'm in 7 foot of water right now. I'm actually in 8. I'm going to paddle and show you guys what happens once I start paddling. I'll have to put the camera down real quick and so I can paddle, and then I'll pick it back up while that's happening. Alright, so as I paddle, the bubbles must go past the transducer, and it shows a whole bunch of fish on the screen. And then once I stop paddling, then all the fish go away. And I don't know why it's still beeping. So I'm not paddling now. It's not showing anything. As soon as I run the paddle through the water, it starts showing fish on there. That's a little annoying. The harder I paddle, the more fish it shows. And the bigger the fish. But Once I stop paddling, then they go away. Now let's see if it can actually find out if there's fish around. Alright y'all, sorry about the wind. Here's the fish finder. Here's the transducer. Took me about 20 minutes to untangle all these cords, but they're like Christmas lights. I'm going to chuck this I keep calling it a rangefinder. I'm going to chuck this transducer out in the water as far as I can and see what we can do from the bank. I'm not going to fish or anything, I'm just going to get it out here and see what I can see. Yeah, it didn't go very far. There we go, that's about as far as it goes. 35-foot cord. Right there, it says it's 3 foot of water. There's some rocks on the bottom. No fish, but I didn't expect to see any fish in this area. If you're fishing for bluegill and stuff like that from the bank, I think it'd be pretty good. You chuck it off a dock or somewhere where it's going to stay put. Doesn't look like it was floating around out there any. I think the cable's keeping it in place, laying on the bottom. I don't even know if you all can see it right out there. Yeah, there it is. That's right there. And it says right there it's between 1 and 2 feet of water. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that on here. It's getting a reflection from my pickup truck. There you go. Oh, now it went up to 5 feet. And then back down, or no, 2 feet, and then back down to 1. Now there it went to 2 feet. That's the fish finder there. Like I said, I think it could be useful. I think a more expensive fish finder would be better suited for out on a boat. But we're going to get the kayak in the water and see what this thing's like away from the boat. You know, the first time I had it out, I had it right up by the boat, and every time I'd paddle, the bubbles and the water wake would cause a false reading on the fish finder. But we're going to get it out there today and let the string out, let the cable out, and see what we can see on this thing. I'll let you know later whether or not it's any good. Alright y'all, I am sitting on a laydown in about 7 feet of water, and this is what the fish finder is currently doing. Let me try to get this thing to focus. It's about 8 feet. It says there's fish all over the place down there, but I just don't know if there are. I mean, it's a pretty decent log in the water. Goes clear over there to the bank. There's the transducer. I had it thrown out deeper in the water. Now it must be right over. Yeah, it's right over the log now. It's showing really shallow. But let me get this thing moved back from over the log, and we'll see what happens. I've got the lanyard attached to it right now, so I don't drop it in the water. Hopefully it'll stay where it's at and not fall in. All right, it says it's in 5 feet of water, and it says there's fish everywhere down there. I don't know if it's schools of bait fish. I don't know what it is. So this is what I've done with the fish finder. I put the transducer cord, or the transducer, about 2 feet below where the float is. And I just plopped it down in the water. So right now I'm sitting in about 14 feet of water. Transducer just kind of floats there. Oh, my camera. I'm not crazy about the thing. It hasn't helped me catch fish. I caught one bass out here and had nothing to do with the fish finder. If there was a lot of crappie out here and I actually knew how to crappie fish, it might help. It's telling me right now that there's some various sized fish under the water, but there's a bunch of leaves on the water. I have no idea what's going on. A whole bunch of ducks off over there. Scared the crap out of me. If your sole purpose is to just find out what the depth of the water is, by all means, save your money, go buy you a $40 fish finder from Harbor Freight and have at it. I don't know that a regular fish finder would do me any better, especially on a kayak, but eventually I'm gonna find out. This one tells me the water depth. I'll use it all the time because I always want to know how deep the water is where I'm at. As far as actually going out and finding schools of fish on this lake, didn't happen. 35-foot cord, I mean, I can let it go, but the transducer points straight down. Doesn't do me any good. You know, if it's 35 feet out and I'm getting blown around on the lake by the wind, then it doesn't really do a whole lot of good there. Anyway, that's my review of the handheld portable fish finder. Hope you all enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay happy. Remember, I love you. Not a damn thing you can do about it. Later.